Hello friends and welcome back to our channel. It's back with me again, Joseph, your host. Today we're going to travel back in time to the beautiful country of Italy to learn about a super smart and holy man named Blessed James of Viterbo. Have you ever heard of someone so clever that they get a cool nickname for it? Well, James did. He was called the Speculative Doctor because he thought so deeply about God and our faith. Let's get ready to hear his amazing story. Our story begins around the year 1255 in a town called Viterbo, Italy. A boy named Giacomo Capocci was born. We know him today as James of Viterbo. We don't know much about his childhood, but we know that when he was a teenager, around 17 years old, he felt a special calling from God. He decided to join a group of monks called the Augustinians. Being an Augustinian meant dedicating your whole life to prayer, community, and studying God's Word. James absolutely loved to learn. He was so bright and eager that his leaders knew he had a special gift. They decided to send him to the best school in the whole world at that time, the University of Paris. Imagine going to the most famous university to study about God. In Paris, James had a wonderful teacher named Giles of Rome, who was also a very wise Augustinian. James soaked up everything he could learn. He studied philosophy, which is the study of wisdom and knowledge, and theology, which is the study of God. He spent years reading, writing, and thinking. After his first round of studies, he went back to Italy to teach other young monks, but his heart was still set on learning more. So, he returned to Paris. He worked incredibly hard and eventually earned the highest degree you could get, a Master of Theology, which is like a doctorate. This made him an official professor at the university. For 7 years, he taught students and wrote many important books. He was known for his clear and powerful way of explaining very deep and sometimes tricky ideas about faith. He could take a big, complicated question and make it easier for people to understand. That's why he got his nickname, Dr. Speculativus. It meant he was a master at thinking through the biggest questions of all. Now, during this time in history, there was a big disagreement between the Pope, whose name was Boniface VIII, and the King of France, Philip IV. They were arguing about who should have more power. It was a very tense and difficult time for the Church. This is where Blessed James showed not only his intelligence, but also his incredible courage and loyalty. In 1303, he wrote his most famous book called On Christian Government. In this book, he explained that the Church, with the Pope as its head, receives its authority directly from Jesus Christ. He argued that the Pope's spiritual authority was the highest on earth, even above kings. This was a very brave thing to write when the king was so powerful. But James believed it was the truth, and he stood up for the Church with all his heart and mind. The Pope was very grateful for James's brilliant work and his loyalty. He saw that James was not just smart, but also a holy and trustworthy leader. So, in 1302, Pope Boniface made a big decision. He appointed James to be the Archbishop of a city called Benevento. This was a huge responsibility. An archbishop is like a chief shepherd for a large area, guiding all the churches and priests. But James's journey wasn't over yet. Just a few months later, the King of Naples, whose name was Charles II, heard about this amazing and wise new archbishop. He specifically asked the Pope if James could come and be the Archbishop of Naples instead. The Pope agreed, and James moved to the big, bustling city of Naples. As the Archbishop of Naples, James was a true shepherd to his people. He wasn't just a scholar who stayed in his library. He cared for the poor, he guided his priests, and he made sure the people were growing in their love for God. One of his biggest projects was overseeing the construction of the city's beautiful new cathedral. Imagine helping to build a massive church that would stand for centuries as a house of God. He poured his love and energy into serving the people of his new home. Sadly, Blessed James's time in Naples was not very long. He passed away around the year 1307 or 1308, but the people of Naples never forgot him. They had seen his holiness, his wisdom, and his gentle heart. Right away, they started to pray to him, asking for his help from heaven. They knew he was a saint. For many, many years, people continued to honor him. Finally, hundreds of years later, in 1911, Pope Pius X officially confirmed that James of Viterbo was indeed in heaven and could be called blessed. This is the step, right before being named a saint. So what can we learn from Blessed James of Viterbo? It teaches us a wonderful lesson, that our minds are a gift from God. Studying and learning are not separate from our faith. It can actually help our faith grow stronger. When we use our intelligence to understand the world and our religion better, we are honoring the God who created us. Blessed James also shows us the importance of being humble. Even though he was one of the smartest people of his time, he knew that all his wisdom came from God. He used his gifts not to make himself famous, but to serve the church and to help others know and love Jesus. He was a brilliant teacher, courageous defender of the faith, and a loving shepherd. So, next time you're in school working on a tough math problem or writing a long essay, remember Blessed James. Ask him to help you use your mind for good, to learn with joy, to always stay close to God. He reminds us that loving God with all our heart, all our soul, and all our mind is the greatest adventure of all. Thank you for joining me to learn about the incredible life of Blessed James of Viterbo. I hope his story inspired you. Don't forget to like and share this video, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories of the saints. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and God bless you always.